top. It's cool guy JD. Sounds a little weird. Super Saiyan won't be able to get here today. He's a little under the weather. My man's the Iron Man.
He's faking it.
He hasn't missed a show. So, this is his first show he's missed in a year plus. So, but we are on location at What's Poppin' Popcorn. Introduce yourselves.
Yes, my name's Stefan, one of the owners of What's Poppin' Popcorn. Appreciate you having me.
Oh, yeah, no problem. No problem.
I'm David, one of the other owner of What's Poppin', and appreciate you guys having us again.
Yeah, my name is Austin. I do a lot of the social media here for What's Poppin'.
All right, so let's get right into it, man. I'm loving the holiday setup. It looks great.
Thank you.
Definitely feels festive. Thanksgiving is right around the corner.
Yep.
Y'all excited?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
You can't beat a nice meal.
I know y'all gonna have all different types of popcorn at the house on Thursday.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's been crazy. It's been a lot of fun, doing this. And, the community's been so receptive to what we're doing. It's just overwhelming. The flavors we're putting out have just been insane, and just loving the feedback. But
yeah, I mean, and I've been a supporter since we first started talking, man. We came to the pop up, and the first day I was out in the field working. I was like, I gotta stop in, man. But I will say this: I had that marshmallow, the marshmallow one, Lucky Charm.
yeah,
The Lucky Charm and the Fruity Pebbles. I watched that during that Ravens Patriots game. It definitely took the edge off of things.
You were hurting that game.
I was
weren't
hurting
you?
that game, but I was eating good.
that's good. I'm glad, man. Dave really, executes it and gets it done. I throw out the ideas and the concepts and how I'd like things to look. But, at the end of the day, the great thing about what we're doing is that, everybody has their hand in it. If it wasn't for Austin pushing the social media, our social media has been on point, from what people say. And, we're just so hungry about keeping it different and staying ahead of the trends. And, I think that, that'll really pay off. We have so many other concepts that we really want to get involved in, and so many other options and obstacles that we can really, jump through. Right now it's just about staying humble and really trying to get the community to back us and see what we're doing and love who we are.
That's a fact. I mean, and one thing I can say, just watching from, the social media aspect is that, y'all always working, different venues all the time, man. Let's talk about a few.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, man, I appreciate you saying that. The work ethic is everything, and we preach that through the kids that we meet, my kids. It's everything, and we have to pound that pavement every single day. And I know sometimes it gets hectic, but that's what it is. That's the hustle, and that's really what this is about, So, yeah, we've been hitting crazy pop-ups everywhere. We tell all the people that we meet at markets that, we're not just hitting Buffalo.
Right.
We're in Niagara Falls, we're in Wheatfield, we're Sanborn, we're West, out in Derby, any place that's willing to let us come in and showcase the product, regardless if we make the sales or we don't, we still meet people, we still have these same kind of conversations, and it's just all about, the brand right now.
Yeah, and can I piggyback off of that?
Go
So this weekend we're at Grey Cliff out in Derby.
Okay.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 11 to 5. Will be Saturday. We're at Niagara Falls Makers Market.
The convention center?
Yeah,
That's 11 to 5.
And then Horse Feathers.
Yep.
We're there, 10 to 3? 10 to 3 on Saturday as well.
And the store's open.
Yep,
for
and the
small
store,
business
418
Saturday.
West Ferry. Come on down. Check us out.
All right. If y'all know where the classic Lenova's Pizza is, you can find What's Poppin'. It's crazy because, like I said, I'm gonna damn near try everything.
Yeah. I appreciate
I
it.
would slowly try everything, but it's just a handful, man. Like that salted caramel, y'all got them flavors. I'm just gonna go back to what we was talking about earlier. Seriously, how do you come up with some of this stuff? Who thought of Cookie Monster? Stuff like that and popcorn.
That's him.
I have a crazy
That's
mind.
him.
Yeah,
I get
all him.
text at 2 a.m. of flavors.
Yeah, I've been a chef. I know you know this. For 20 plus years, and I've had a great career with that, and I really have. But at the same time, I think as just as a person, I lost sight of my family and my children, and I wanted to really, make my kids and show my kids that I can still be with them and spend that kind of time a father should, but also be on the grind. My mind never stops, man. Like sometimes I wish it did. Me and Dave really feed off each other when it comes to these crazy flavors and these crazy. And sometimes he's looking at me like I'm nuts, and I don't even know if it's gonna sell. But everything we touch, it just seems to really just work. But it's not even that, man. It's these conversations. I'll say that to wherever What's Poppin' takes us. I will always say that it really isn't the product. The product is great. It's just that our communication with people and the passion that we give off, and your passion, and you meet people, and you come together as this ultimate team. I think that's what really drives the success of where we are. We only been open a month.
Yeah, teamwork makes the dream work, man.
Yeah, man, I believe in that. So we need to watch just slow baby steps and enjoy these moments.
That's an absolute fact, man. I mean, and it's crazy just because it really is the the baby steps, the different levels. I mean, every person matters.
Yeah.
I mean, and me, James, Jay, we all work as a tight knit, unit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And everybody stays on it, on each other. Yep. So
you become family.
That's a fact.
You become
that's
family.
A fact. So, so my next question is, any other crazy flavors be coming out? Because I know the lemonade was crazy. Like, what's next?
Let's drop Christmas. Let's drop New Year's too.
Yeah, let's drop them all right now. You wanna?
I'll run them.
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, so we got next week. We'll have gingerbread. We'll have eggnog. We'll have a lemon raspberry, lemon blueberry, and then we're doing a claws crunch, kind of like the Muddy Buddy, like Chex Mix. Kind of like that.
Chex Mix,
pretzels, M&Ms, and then New Year's we're gonna drop 24 karat gold popcorn.
What?
Yeah, so that'll be.
Is there pre-orders for that?
Yeah, you know what? We haven't even thought about that. Stoked about it. Like, I don't know if anybody has said this. I'm sure we're really trying to change the face of popcorn. I mean, if anybody who was like, oh, I don't know how these guys can open up a popcorn business, that motivated us to do it. And a lot of people don't know that, this is a $45 billion industry, and there's popcorn businesses all over the country, We're just trying to put out flavors that nobody else is doing and at least set the trend. 24 karat, I think, is going to be the staple, at least to show people like the level that we're on. Of course, the price point will be a little different. It'll become more of a novelty, but you'll pull people in that just dig that.
Oh yeah.
So it'll be cool.
That's amazing. Go popcorn.
But one other thing, we really couldn't do this though without Austin too. Yeah. I mean, Austin pushes the business so much, and I hate to say it, I'm on her all the time, and that's my problem sometimes.
Austin
I'm so hungry. But Austin pushing.
I kind of do all the behind the scenes stuff.
Austin is your James.
Yeah, like all the decorations, all the social media, like that's all her.
Woman's touch is everything.
Yeah, I couldn't do that.
It's everything. And, we're just two big dudes with some great ideas. But Austin really has taken that vision and made it a reality.
It's the glue.
Yeah, we're a machine. We all got, we're all our own parts, and we all, pull the weight we need to pull, and
for sure.
And it's just the three of us, and I think that's the best part of it. People are like, "Oh my God, you guys are everywhere. How many people did you guys got?" And we laugh because it's like 1, 2, 3. That's what you see is what you get. Like there's no other help that we really get from anyone else. So.
I mean, trust me, we could definitely relate on that one.
Yeah,
and
my little homies, man. Like anybody who sees us on social media and they see my kids, man, they are my everything. I rep them for everything. They were at the markets with us working. My son's working the cash box. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's love, man. And hopefully when they get older, they remember that and those moments. And, that'll drive them to want to be successful too.
You know what? The Godfather is my favorite movie. Hands down, the first one, And there was a line that just resonated me. It said, a man who doesn't take time with his family isn't a man at all. You know, and
You're absolutely right.
that right there means a lot.
It does.
You know what I mean? Because family's everything. You know, at the end of the day, when you up, your family's going to be there. When you down, your family's going to be there. Everybody needs a support system, and family isn't all about blood either.
Yeah.
You know, so
You're right about that. You know, and that family that you can create that isn't blood, that's hard to find. You know, so when you have it, you got to hang on to it. You got to ride for them. You know, we can't all ride for self. You know, we have to ride for each other. You know, and that's definitely what we're trying to show here.
we need to like come up with like one of those discount codes. You know, like, you know what I mean? Like whoever comes in, you know what I mean? Like discount 10% Violator, you know, something like that. We gonna get up with that.
Yeah,
you know
I'm
what I
down
mean?
with that.
You know, because y'all need to come down here and literally feel this. Like this feels like Christmas.
It does. It's cozy. Yeah, we should bring that fireplace here.
You know, and things have been moving so fast that none of us have really been able to like live in this moment.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
so
we're
true.
after hours right now, and like this is really the first time we've been able to just kind of kick it and chill. So appreciate you being able to do it with us because we just haven't been able to truly, you know, suck it all in. And who knew, man? We laugh about it every day. Who knew that we have a popcorn shop on the west side of Buffalo? You know, and
Trust me.
man, I'm so happy. I'm so happy we did it. It's just
It's a blessing.
Yep.
It's a blessing, man.
Okay, Violator. So this is a new thing. This is at Jimmy Thumb in front of the camera this time. I wanted to sit down with my friends at What's Poppin'. So guys, popcorn industry. Tell me about it. Tell me about why popcorn? Why popcorn?
Well, you want me to say that?
Go ahead. You can take it. I can take it. Yeah, whatever.
You know, it started off as a joke. You know, I don't know if a lot of people, some people know that. You know, we've done a few articles about it. You know, Dave and I were working at Larkin Square. Austin was there at that time too. Austin
Yeah,
was
all
there
three
with
of
us.
us were working at Larkin Square.
You know, I was a chef there. I got, you know, sick of sending out side salads, and one day I think we were like, we're gonna send out some black truffle popcorn. At the time, I was doing popcorn on tacos. I sent out some black truffle popcorn as a side salad. You know, people loved it. You know, it was cool. And then we joked around in the kitchen about opening up this corny ass popcorn business. Two big dudes that look goofy as hell, slinging popcorn.
Yeah, it's a little. I mean, it is a little bit like oxymoron. I mean, you guys are
Like
two
walking
burly, gruff
in here,
dudes.
it's intimidating
And
because
yeah.
you look and you're like, Jesus.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
selling the
Yeah.
popcorn. Yeah, okay. No, it's sweet because I think what's great about, especially right now, in the last few years, you've seen this in Buffalo, not only with these very creative niche markets, you know, going on and blowing up. And I think small business is thriving right now because people want something a little bit different. And the creativity that's coming out of like the locale right now, I think is great, especially in the food industry around here. Like, I mean,
It is.
tell me about like what do you feel is your place in Buffalo's food market specifically? Because like, you know, where do you sit in with all the other you know, folks out there? Like, do you consider competition? Do you consider it one big community? Where do you stand with it?
I don't consider any of it competition. You know, actually, me and Dave went around to like all local popcorn places. I'm a huge fan of Buys Popcorn out in Newfane, and you know, a lot of places that were kind of our inspiration when we finally decided like we're gonna really do this. But as far as like, I don't see myself as any competition. To be honest, I kind of see myself outside of the box. You know, and if there was a place, I guess, as a food place that I had to compare ourselves to, not necessarily from a food standpoint, but from a creativity standpoint, would be Roost or Las Portas. You know, the guys and the chefs, the women that are doing crazy, outlandish things that most people can't seem to wrap their heads around. I guess I'd say I'd like to be in that category.
Yeah,
Cool. Yeah, no,
I don't really think we look at it as competition. Like we all want to grow together.
right.
Like, let's all, you know, why try to fight each other when, you know, we can grow together
For
and,
sure.
and build something for each of us, and let's collab and do stuff together.
Yeah, I see that as like a real common theme. I think it's a lot of collaboration over competition right now.
Yeah.
In this town.
Yeah.
I think it's big. I
And
think
there's
that's
some great
important.
lines in
Yeah.
Buffalo. There's some phenomenal foodies here.
Yeah,
you
the
know?
foodies
Just
are-
waiting to get out and do something different.
If you're a foodie in Buffalo, you're lucky. I mean, you got it made. I mean, you
got
go
it made out here, yeah.
you could point a direction, and within like 5 steps, you got something delicious.
For sure.
And I think you guys are just adding so much to that. And tell me about. I want to know about the location on West Ferry. Was there what kind of decisions led you to here?
First of all, shout out to Austin and Buffalo Development.
Okay.
Buffalo Development, and if it wasn't for Austin, they really put us here. I don't know if you want to share with them what you do.
So I am the leasing agent for Buffalo Development, and my boss Bernice Rattle purchased this building about a year ago, and her plan was to renovate the apartment in the back and rent out both storefronts to a local business in the community and try and keep the rents low and affordable for a local business to thrive. And that's exactly what we did.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then do you want to share like why?
Yeah,
why
Bernice
it's
is a
perfect for
hustler.
us?
On top of that, and so much respect for Buffalo and what they do in the community. And I grew up here as a kid. I was on 16th and 19th, and I think it's important for my children who go to school in Star Point District to see all demographic. Like I said, we can't forget where we came from. It doesn't matter if you grew up here, left here, or came back. We've all had some sort of ties to this area. So, it was somewhat God sent that Austin said, hey, why don't you guys check out this building? We wanted something super small because it's manageable. And we weren't sure how receptive the community would be to what we're doing. And we're learning that as we grow. But these type of relationships, I think are what's gonna put us on the map.
That's awesome. So tell me about like what were some of the other like hurdles that you guys really had to when like even in the idea process. What were some of the things that were like, man, this is going to be the thing that we got to beat to make this work and happen? Was there anything like that?
I think aside from like I guess financial, like I think me and Stefan are very hard-headed. We don't really like, taking from others. So we try to do it all on our own. And I think financially, like, we came into this with nothing and we're growing. And again, Austin's helped us immensely in all facets of it. And, I think that might have been the biggest. I don't think, our mind, because his mind, like you said, it never stops. Like it really doesn't. He'll text me at 2 a.m. with some random shit. And I'll be like, bro, go to bed. Like, what are you doing? But no, I don't think, any obstacles aside from that, but
I think it was mindset really. Like we knew with the flavors because like I could rattle flavors off all day. What's exciting is like we get involved with customers and people we meet about flavors, and I love that. I could talk all night about just different flavors and bounce them off each other, and I think it's so important because the customer then becomes a part of the business essentially. All these flavors here have been customer stamped, so to speak. They've all had a hand in these flavors.
Almost like the seal of approval,
You know what I mean? I think for us, it was when we pitched the idea to people, they didn't understand it because it just doesn't really exist. So when we started dropping those crazy flavors, they didn't understand it because most people just associate popcorn with your cheddar as your basic flavors. Seeing something so different, people were extremely opinionated. So, and people still are to this day, but we use them as our motivation.
Right.
I always tell customers, like, I appreciate, the compliments. I think that's great when your customer's happy and they want to show love on what you're doing. But it's more important to me for the ones that have had negative response. I want to prove them wrong or invite them to come in and give us a try. If you don't think it's good, we'll buy your bag. We want you at least to have some sort of response to what we're doing, but you got to come try it.
Let's try it.
Don't knock it till you.
No, for sure. No, yeah. Austin, speaking to you for just a quick sec. I know you mentioned like you do a lot of like the media relations online stuff like that. What are some of the things that you go to or you try and like garner from that? Like what are you looking for or what kinds of things do you want to make sure people know?
I don't know. That's a good question. I just try and make. I say this to Stefan all the time. Like I just like for it to make sense to people, and when people can, I don't know, when social media is. I've learned a lot just through research on Instagram and just seeing how other businesses do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's. Do you have any background in it?
No,
at all?
I
yeah,
don't.
I mean,
I don't. I learned a lot from my boss Bernice. Actually,
yeah,
she kind of inspired me.
Oh, cool.
And yeah, I mean, once we hit 1,000 followers, that was a huge accomplishment for us.
That one case. That's
major.
That's like that's it. That's what you want.
That was like the day after the grand opening.
That was really cool.
That's great.
Yeah, I love bright colors and everything has to pop. And Austin does a great job with that. You know, she's right. You know, everything has to make sense. You know, people need to understand. Sometimes I'm just, rambling. You know, we post 2 times a day. You know, we're on that now. We really stay up on it.
That's
good. And we shop around. You know, we're not just popping popcorn. You know, we're doing research every day.
That's half the work.
It never stops.
Is trying to figure out what makes it happen. Yeah, and so like, if you haven't been here yet, get here. The shop is amazing. It looks so great. Like the first thing I thought when I walked in the door is, I'm cozy. Like I'm so cozy in here.
Great.
I know we got like a lot of Christmas stuff going on right now. You guys been open what? Almost a month? Is it even?
Almost.
Has it even? It hasn't even been a month. That was
December
right. That was the
November 2nd was our grand opening.
So are you guys like? What happens after Christmas? What do you guys like?
New Year's.
So can I
are you
drop
guys
this
gonna?
real quick? So if you don't mind.
Yeah.
My brother Ryan Coker, he runs this Instagram site called the Rush Report.
Okay.
And what he does is he travels kind of all over outside Buffalo, into PA, different areas, and he takes pictures of some crazy. We'll show you guys a couple before you leave, but some crazy, just ran down buildings to trains to like these lost areas
just little
that people don't even know how to get to. And he takes these beautiful pictures. So starting probably next week or the week after, we're gonna have a section here in the store that just showcases his work.
Oh, that's
that's come
great.
in here and you can purchase the pictures off the wall. They're already framed. You can request them in a larger size, however you'd like to do it. But it's a real great way to showcase what my brother's doing. But not only that, it's amazing to see some of these beautiful photographs that you wouldn't think were so beautiful until you saw them. And it's just a different look. It's a big artsy area.
Yeah, no, I think that's a real big thing now is like, like displaying art, having, especially like a lot of people who do the local artists.
Yeah.
I know a couple of photographers who have work up in the shops, for sale, and it's part of the business's decor, but then you buy it if you want. It helps them out. So I think it's again going back to that part of Buffalo loves collabing.
I love it, man. The collab is everything. That culture.
Yeah.
I think us being here, it really showcases, a different level of artistic ability. And pulling people in that may come from walks of life that they've never really experienced. And here we are. We're here. It's for everybody. You don't got to travel all the way out to the South Towns to get it. We're right here, everyday hardworking people.
That's great. Well, I think that's perfect. That's a perfect place to stop there. I can't wait to see how different this conversation is, and when you guys are back on. I can't wait to see where everyone's at. I think it's going to be really interesting, and that's why I love doing this. We can use this to look back on where everyone's at and where we go. So I want to thank What's Poppin' Popcorn to come on. You guys can go ahead, throw your names, and if you want to plug your Instagrams or whatever, we'll put them up there too. But I'm at Jimmy Thump.
I'm David Whalen, Whelan, for those of you that need the spelling on that.
I'm Stefan Coker. You can find me at What's Poppin' Popcorn. You guys know where we are. You see the pictures all the time. So thank you. Appreciate everything.
And I'm Austin.
And we're the Violators. We're out.